Vancouver 2. Sporting Kansas City 3, FC Dallas 0. Portland 3, Real Salt Lake 0. LA Galaxy 3, Minnesota United 1. Seattle Sounders 3, Houston Dynamo 2. Moving on to the Major League Baseball. Now, Major League Baseball is on the wraps right now, as we're talking, which means that we only have 2 teams left for the World Series, which will start shortly tomorrow, actually. Well, actually today, Monday, in a sense. It was the Red Sox over the Astros in the final game, which was on Thursday, 4-1, and Boston won that series 4-1. And in the series, the West Series between the Dodgers, LA Dodgers, and Milwaukee Brewers, which went to a 7th game, the Dodgers won that 5-1. Basically, the Dodgers are returning to the World Series, unlike the Astros, and they will face the Red Sox in that case. Now on to the NFL. A Thursday night game was between the Broncos and Cardinals. It was Broncos 45, Cardinals 10. And on to today's games. The Panthers 21, Eagles 17. The Colts 37, the Bills 5. The Buccaneers 26, the Browns 23. The Lions 32, the Dolphins 21. The Redskins 20, the Cowboys 17. And then we have the game between the Titans and the Chargers, which was in London. And that was a win for the Chargers, 20-19. And we have the Vikings 37, the Jets 17. The Patriots 38 over the Chicago Bears 31. Houston Texans 20, Jacksonville Jaguars 17. New Orleans Saints 24, Baltimore Ravens 23. I have the LA Rams 39 and the 49ers 10. The late game was between the Chiefs and the Bengals, and the Chiefs took that 45-10. Monday night game will be the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. And we're glad to say the NBA is back, and it's back with a bang, and there's a lot happening. What I'll do is I'll give you scores, and yesterday's scores were Saturday's scores and Sunday's. So where the Indiana Pacers 132 over the New Jersey Nets, or Brooklyn Nets 112. You can tell how far since I've been watching the NBA. We have the Celtics 103 over the Knicks 101. We have the Pistons 118 over the Bulls 116. Mavericks 140 over the Timberwolves 136. The Trailblazers 121 over the Spurs 108. The Raptors 117 over the Wizards 113. The 76ers 116 over the Magic 115. We have the Hornets 113 over the Heat 112. We have the Nuggets over the Suns 119-91. And then that last game, or almost I'll say the last game on Saturday, was between the Rockets and the Lakers 124-115, which resulted in a big old brouhaha, big old fight that started. Actually, it was something that started between Ingram and James Harden. Ingram pushed James Harden in the back, and the referee gave him a technical foul, and he decided he wanted to confront the referee. Obviously, we have a situation there that eventually resulted in something which was unnecessary and very unsavory for the NBA. So we know there's going to be a lot of fines and suspensions coming up. What transpired shortly after that there was a confrontation between Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul, which resulted in blows being thrown. And it was claimed that, Chris Paul said, it was also evident in video that he was wiping his face, that Rajon Rondo spat on him. So, and he retaliated by actually sticking his fingers in Rajon Rondo's face, and then Rajon Rondo in turn decided to throw a punch, and Chris Paul did the same thing. And out of the blues come Ingram, the young guy who I think was going to get a very severe punishment from the NBA, and decided to throw a punch and not even know what was really happening, which is very unnecessary on his part, very discouraging and very disturbing. Anyway, today's scores were the Hawks 133 over the Cavaliers, 111. The Nuggets 100 over the Warriors, 98. We have the Kings 131 over Thunder, 120. And then the Clippers had the Rockets, 115 over 112. And these are your scores for tonight. And we'll now get you ready for these two interviews. So please hang tight and we'll be right back. Hello, before we bring you these interviews, I'm sorry, just a quick correction there. The Texans, the game between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, that score was 20-7, and not 20-17. We apologize for the mistake there. And we also want to let you know that this podcast is now available for you to listen on iTunes, and Apple iTunes store, as well as on the Google Play Music Store, and as well as on Spotify. We are actually available on iHeartRadio, but for whatever reason, the content doesn't seem to be available, but you can type in the Africa Sports Report and you will actually see it come up in iHeartRadio, and we're in consultation with them to make sure that the content is reflected, because we can actually see it come up, but it's not showing the rest of the content that we're expecting for you, the listeners, to be able to have access to. Or you can visit our website at www.africansportsmonthly.com, and you can listen to the podcast itself on the website. We thank you for being supportive of this program, and we thank you for being supportive of our efforts at African Sports Media Network with African Sports Monthly, and we hope you continue to support us and patronize this program. Thank you, and like I said, hang tight, and we'll be right back.
Tonight, I just want to take you high, throw your hands up in the sky. Let's set this party alright. Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out.
1996 Atlanta Olympics, 1994 Nation Cups in Tunisia, and the 1994 World Cup were products of private funding. These athletes did Nigeria proud. We can do it again. Do you know that with 200 naira only, you can change the face of Nigerian participation at the Olympics? Only 4.5 million Nigerians with 200 naira contribution will change the fortune of our athletes. The contribution commences from the 1st of September to the 30th of November 2018. 90 whole days. Only 200 naira. 4.5 million Nigerians. With you, it is possible. Our name. We want to give 90 athletes from 5 sports 10 million naira athletes development grants each. Pay your 200 naira contribution to Access Bank Nigeria. Account number 0015464707 under the name NSDFI. For further inquiries, log on to www.nsdfi.com. Get to the Elite Athlete Development Grant. Follow the prompt. Help make Nigerian sports greater, stronger, and better. Together, we can actualize our sport dreams. We can and we will. This message is courtesy of Nigerian Sports Development Fund Incorporated, Abuja.
I gotta show them how I get it in. First, take your sip, do your dip, spend your money like money ain't shit. Ooh, we too fresh. Got to blame it on.
Before we go any further, I want to let you know that this program is being brought to you by African Sports Monthly magazine, Africa's #1 and only comprehensive sports magazine that covers all sports disciplines across the continent and beyond. Subscribe today and qualify to be entered into a draw for 2 free tickets brought to you by our proud partner and sponsor Ethiopian Airlines to the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon from June 7th to the 30th in 2019. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Leslie Koroma, with the Africa Sports Report. And today's program, I have on the line Miss Seun Adigun, who was captain for the Nigerian bobsled team to the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeonchang, South Korea. Miss Adigun is, I would say in so many words, a pioneer. Well, she's a pioneer because what they did was a first in so many regards. First of all, let me welcome Miss Adigun to the show. Welcome, Seun.
Hi, thank you very much. How's everything going?
I'm good. Yes, definitely. Me and Miss Adigun, we've was supposed to have this some time back, but we finally caught up. So I'm happy to have you on the show.
I'm great. I'm grateful for it, and I know it's just been so crazy. I felt like awful because I said, you know what, I need to make sure that I connect with you no matter what. Let's get this going and let's make this happen. However we have to do it. So I'm so glad to be here today.
Amen to that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yes. Okay. So bobsledding. That's I know you probably heard this a lot before the Olympics when you guys were doing your rounds and different media outlets, and for sure it's something that's going to pop up because Nigeria, Africa, the Winter Olympics, those two just don't seem to juxtapose very well. But of course we know about the movie Cool Runnings, which most people feel is what inspires a lot of people, or this kind of things when they do happen. So, what was your inspiration? What was you guys' inspiration? It may be different from Cool Runnings, but I mean, you can tell the world yourself.
Yeah. So really, the main inspiration came from my participation in the sport of bobsled in my first year in the sport when I was on the USA team. So I just had a spark to join the US team after supporting some of my friends who were doing the sport on the US team during the 2014 Olympics. And while I was on that team, I just learned a lot about the sport with regards to what they were trying to do to grow the sport and how they wanted women in the sport. And then the fact was brought to me that there had never been any African country represented in the sport whatsoever, irrespective of women or men. And so I thought to myself, you know what, I have to do something about this, considering I had run track for Nigeria at the 2012 Olympic Games, and I had a really good reputation with that federation. So I already had an Olympic committee that was African. I already had a connection into the sport. So at that point, the inspiration was just really trying to bring something bigger than myself to the world, to Africa, and to give Nigeria their first set of Winter Olympians.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. Being the first, that in itself, yes, definitely, and congratulations on that. For having the inspiration to even think and think in that direction, that's awesome. Congratulations. You're welcome. Yes. Over time, besides the movie Cool Runnings, we've noticed a number of athletes, especially track and field athletes, transitioning into the Winter Olympics as well, especially in these areas, the area that we're talking about, which is your sport, bobsledding. Now, I know you're an athlete, you're a great athlete in your own right. You're an accomplished one. You went to the 2012 Olympics in London for the 100-meter hurdles for Nigeria. And by the way, looking through your profile, I was also able to discover that you are related to Basketball Hall of Famer Kim the Dream Olajuwon. Yeah, that's a pretty good pedigree. That's a pretty good pedigree right there. Yeah, but transitioning from one type of sport, which one is warm weather, running, straight running, no obstacles, none of that. I mean, of course, you had the obstacles with the hurdles for sure, but going from that type of sport to this one, which is in completely cold weather and it's totally different. What were your challenges as a team?
We had a lot of challenges, most of them revolving around the fact that it was